All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Jebb and Greencast. I'm your host for this week, Tyler Green. With me, as always, is Vinyl Man Jebb.
Hello.
And today, from the Reckless Island, we have Riley Kerns. Riley,
Hey,
how are
Riley.
you?
I'm feeling great. Happy to be here for sure. I'm glad we
Yeah,
finally.
it's great to have you. So, what got you into becoming a musician?
That's definitely a big one. I could definitely probably start with both my parents being musical in different ways. My mom is a dance teacher and instructor, so I've been around different kinds of music on that end for a long time. And my dad was also a DJ, like a radio DJ, for quite a long time. Yeah, going back to he was in the Air Force, worked for Wink FM for a while.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Actually, when they were in Berryville, he really got me into, really listening to the art of music. I feel like, and really kind of breaking it down and getting kind of nerdy with it.
That's really what got me into it, is like going into college and everything. I really got into the really technical stuff. And it's great that you had family who was musically inclined and got you all into that stuff.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear those
That's
stories.
like really the best way to, get into that. I wish I could have that.
Yeah, it was definitely beneficial in that they were always supportive of it, no matter what. I mean, even if I got in trouble, and there's discipline involved, they never took music away because they're like, all right, this is your positive thing, the thing that if anything will keep me away from drugs and the bad kids, it's going to be that. So
see, that's how you raise your kid right there.
I agree. My parents are the same way. Well, Riley, I'm ready for my question. Since you brought up that, you started with becoming a musician through your parents, how old were you when you realized you had the music in you?
with my mom being the dance teacher, I started actually dancing when I was very young, taking up tap as kind of my primary thing, which is obviously very just all rhythm. But and that was at the age of, I would say, 5. I started tapping, and then I remember when I was 8, I wanted to start playing drums.
Ooh, there you go, Tyler.
So I got my first practice pad one year, and then the next
One
year
drummer to another. I love
it. So I'd say 8 is when I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to play drums.
All right.
Like, I need to.
You just gotta let it out, man. Let it all
Yeah.
out. So, what are some of your favorite songs that you've written?
Ooh.
We love asking this one.
Current or past projects, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm not sure anyone's ever asked me that
Ooh,
before.
all right. Well, first.
Moments in songs that I have favorites of. For instance, the song Move On, I released it as a solo project and with Reckless Island, just in 2 different kind of styles. The bridge of that song, I was always really proud of that bridge. The chord progression came to me so naturally, and it was just like, it just happened to me. It's that classic, like, oh, it just, that happened to me, the song. Yeah.
I love it.
Going
But,
for the Beatles.
but that's exactly how and the lyrics as well. And that rarely happens where it just comes out so naturally, so quickly. So like moments like that, I really like. A lot of it comes with production, as far as like my memory of how I feel about the song. So in short answers, I like different moments of it, but that bridge in particular.
Perfect, yeah. No, check that, guys out. We'll link that down
Yeah.
below. We'll link everything that Riley mentions in here. We always do that for everybody. We'll
I
link
think
down
that was
below.
I think that was the first song of yours I listened to when Jebb told me about you, that we were doing this episode.
Yeah.
So
I saw
checked
you
it out
on the
SoundCloud.
live stream. I forget what it was called. Now I feel horrible. I can't
It
remember.
was for Brightbox?
Yes, Brightbox. That was it. Yeah. Now that's when I saw you, because our favorite artist is Ken Stringfellow, one of our favorites, and he was on there and kind of brought his audience over to everybody. And I was like, oh, these other acts are amazing. I'm glad that I tuned in. And I was like, this is really cool. So I got you, and I caught up with Amanda as well too. I got her on the list as well, and some of the others.
Oh yeah.
I loved your cover of That Thing You Do. That movie's probably my favorite all-time movie.
Which we recently talked about on
on our Fountains of Wayne chat as well. Yeah.
If you guys ever want to have a separate episode just about That Thing You Do.
Oh, I will. I'm down. I am so down. Actually, Tyler,
I might just do that.
Your podcast about the movie.
You know what? Yeah, I will talk to you about that. That's a very good idea.
Yeah,
we should have,
because that'd be something different. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I have one friend that we can just totally nerd out on it.
All right, cool. And I'm there. I will nerd out the whole time. So, all right. Well,
if I can just drop a little anecdote, so like we'll just be hanging out, and out of nowhere, I'll go 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go, darkness falls and the night
yes.
and then we just like chime in.
That's awesome. Yo, so I love going to the store, like the supermarket, and actually hearing that thing you do. I was like, they play it at the supermarket very once in a while where I am, and
same thing happened to me.
Yeah, it was like, oh my god. And when we actually, it was really cool about this. I got my first hit on the radio, Isolated Do, and when I got the hit on the radio, the song that played right after it was That Thing You Do, covered by the Weaklings. But it was funny because the timing. I just told my parents. I felt like I was on that part where Liv Taylor's running down the radio, and I started screaming to my parents, I'm on the radio, and then that song came on after, and I'm like, you gotta be. This is, as a fan of that movie to death. Tom Hanks is phenomenal in that. But yeah, that's another time. We'll save that. Definitely have you on again for that. Yeah. I'll nerd out the whole time.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll have you guys on for my solo.
Perfect.
Podcast,
yeah, we got that's a good tie-in. There we go.
Soon.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, so my question is for you. I know that we're all home now and the old COVID thing and everything, but do you have any favorite tour memories that you're holding close, waiting for to go back out again?
Man, just like people, it's hard to explain to other non-musicians, but we can talk about this. But I like the boring downtime at the shows. Like rarely do my fellow band members like look forward to that. I like it. I like just feeling like I'm on call, ready to just
like that too, yeah.
Because it's like a business trip in my head.
It's all the networking that goes on at those times that are so crucial. And I agree.
For sure. And even if I don't talk to many people, it's just like being there. I want to make sure that our set changes go smoothly, because it's not like we have a manager or a tech guy or something. So we are obviously our own everything. But so I like those moments. So no matter where, I do look forward to that. But those are the kind of memories that I do.
Honestly, I've as being a musician myself, and Tyler, as you as well, it's like, you wait for those exciting things either in the studio that happen. There's probably a lot of studio recording going on with everybody now, including ourselves. Yeah. And, I'm still getting excited through that, trying my best to get excited through that. But I love the gigs. I love the energy, because there's that energy you feel. And I don't know if, I think non-musicians feel it too. When you, when you get set up for like going to a show, you're excited to be with fans of the artist themselves there as well. You meet people that have a similar like-minded thing, and it's the odd. So, no matter what, the live streams are great that we can do these. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way right now, because we need these as much as we can, but I miss that in person, that going to everybody hanging out and everybody getting to know the artist, or even just going in as a musician myself who's trying to start out, going up to the guys at the big, be like, if you ever need an opener, I'm here, and I love that.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played a gig. It was probably like 4 years
That's
ago.
That's right, yeah.
It's
been a while then, man,
it's
too.
The most exhilarating, adrenaline pumping feeling. Just getting off the stage covered in sweat and being like, I did it.
It's perfect. Yeah. I can't wait. So we're touring with your friend Jebb, but that's new news. I'll be future. But yeah, it's be so exciting. We'll make it happen. But
no doubt.
All right, and I got an I lined this up weird. Tyler, if you want to ask the question I have under me, you can ask that one. The one after. Oh no, never mind. What I'll ask. We'll be editing this one, Riley.
It's
good, part
man.
of the fun, man. Any current projects that you're working on? I know you mentioned Reckless Island, but is that your go-to project at the moment?
Yeah, that's always been my main squeeze.
All right.
I've done a few producing projects for actually our bass player Jade Tremba is what she goes by. Actually, that's her name. Of course, that's what she goes by. But I did a couple tracks for her. As of lately, it's just been Reckless Island stuff.
I got you. Yeah.
Just tying up some loose ends for a release to kind of sum up the past 5 releases.
Oh, cool.
Just kind of put a bow on it, and then move on to the next phase, if you will.
Perfect. And we'll link when that comes out. Just send us a shout out. We'll put it up on our page, and we'll put it down below, so everybody that sees this later on in the future will know where to go. Perfect.
Oh, that's a great call. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Yeah, we love running.
We run a page to all social media and stuff.
Yeah, we'll boost you there. We try to help everybody that comes on. We do RoboJack Records Jukebox, or RoboJack's Jukebox on Facebook is a private group that everybody can come in that's a musician and share your own stuff.
Okay.
So we'll post you in there as well.
Yeah, check it out. We're very active. We're always posting
trying
stuff
to get it more active, like have more than have some discussions, music Mondays, share around and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. So Riley, I'll invite you as well afterwards and get you all set up with that. But you can post your music there anytime. And anybody that's looking to come on our Jebb and Green, I feel like we're doing a casting call, but you can just message Tyler or I, and we'll put you on the list. The only requirement
we're
is
always
you
open
need
to
a recorded
anything,
album. It's the only requirement.
Doesn't matter who you are, what you
Oh,
play.
nice.
Just come on the podcast.
Yeah, just come on. We'll talk music. Even if you don't have anything recorded, let's say we'll figure out another podcast to have you on. We always have band chats all the time, and now
we don't bite.
We don't bite. We're just two young dudes just trying to get our nerdy house and our outing in music there. So, all right, Tyler, if you want to ask your question that you have on the list here, and then I'll mess around here for a sec.
All right, so what's next for you and your current projects? What do you got going on?
So, I mean, besides just figuring out really the last song to release, to like I was talking about, put that bow on there. There's a cover song that I've been sitting on for a while. It's a Beach Boys song.
Ooh, all right,
but,
you got my attention.
Yeah,
I mean, the original song is in 6/8, so it's
yes.
in okay, so like that's very common for many of their songs. But this particular song, I just made it a Reckless Island song.
All right, so like when you did the thing for the Brightbox set there, I like that you did the thing you do, and then you did did you do a couple originals as well, right? Or how many?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So how did they get about going? That was a really cool event, and I have that in my questions here. Like, how did they get a hold of you guys and set that all up?
Yeah. So I personally have played there probably like a dozen times. Awesome. Whether it's like a small acoustic songwriters night, I've done that a couple times. Did a couple like talent showcases, if you will. Like actually just one of them that was kind of bizarre. Anyways, but Reckless Island has played there numbers of times, and I guess they were just trying to get stuff together. And Bill at Brightbox is always my contact, and he's awesome to work with. And he just reached out, and it was like, dude, this is the simplest thing in the world. Gave it a good deadline. And
cool. So you did a pre-recorded video and sent it in, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Ken said he did the same thing for his Led Zeppelin stuff, and that was cool. It was just cool that they could do that because it's like that. I'm able to live stream, but like you see, like I have an older webcam. Like I'm going nuts right now. Again, this is big news if I get it. I think it's off the record too. I'll have to cut this out too. Too many. We'll figure this out. It'll look good. I'll edit this one. No worries. Off the record, I might let it go and stay. Who knows? But I actually just signed up for this thing called Sessions Live. It's made by the creator of Pandora. And I don't know if you should look into that, Riley, too. You can apply as yourself as your musician, and then they give you like you have to try out. It's like an audition thing. Okay. But I'm going through. You actually build your crew, and you get more fans. Like people are getting paid over like $500 an hour. They said, I don't know. I don't like when I see those emails. Yeah. I'm like, really? But I can see if I get like $20, like once in a while, I'm happy. So I'll send you the link to that stuff because maybe you'll be interested in doing one of your shows on there. If you're home and live streaming. My manager hooked me up with it, and I got the audition. This is what I'm very excited about. But I'm trying to decide what song I want to do first of all, and then I'm trying to decide. They want to do it over Google Hangouts. Now I need to get a webcam because if they see this, they're like, "No, you're not streaming on our platform. You need to be professional." And I'm like,
I mean, it does sound like an interesting platform.
Yeah, and Tyler, definitely, if we could
because
figure it out,
we're not
let you know.
We're not sponsored.
No, that's why we're like off the record. We're not sponsoring here. We're just
enter promo code.
Enter promo code below for 50% off.
Code to get 1 month free.
Yeah. No, I wanted to mention it because I think Riley, you could probably look into that too as well. It's kind of like it's like Facebook Live, but you have to apply through their system, and then you actually get paid. So it's not really like Facebook Live. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah,
it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, it's tough for us musicians nowadays to get these gigs, which is it's strange. The whole world changed topsy-turvy, and I never thought in my whole life I'd have to live through this. I just turned 21, and I'm just like, wow, the party is great. But I had a good day.
Legal drink. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll have to get. Well, I owe everybody one when we next year or whatever is safe.
Yeah. One of these days,
One of these days. We'll all meet up somehow, and Riley, we'll come to see one of your shows. That's what we'll do. We'll have to.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Philly, man.
Yeah.
Where are you located? We can keep this off.
I'm actually no, it's okay. I'm in Winchester, Virginia.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, I've been to Virginia.
Yeah, I've been there.
Which is actually, I live in. It's the same city that the Brightbox is in. So there's the connection.
I for some reason thought it was.
Yeah, I should have stated that. Yeah, I should have been more clear on that. But
no worries.
That's the initial connection.
Oh, that makes sense. That's perfect.
I do think I remember hearing that.
Yeah. And I think Ken must have played there at one time or another with either a solo show or a Posies thing. Maybe I forget what it was, but I know he got connected through that. But
gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It was a really cool thing to tune in and just see all these artists, and then not have and the guy that hosted the show was really cool too. I forget Rob something, right? Rob.
Robbie Lyman.
Yeah, he's awesome. He added me afterwards, and we
Yeah.
were talking a little bit. So he's really cool. So shout out to you. I forgot your name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're all.
There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's so
hey,
many.
I'm missing a Facebook friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna de-add you now. You don't remember my name in your podcast? I know it's like
Come
we
on.
always laugh with our guests that come up, and we're always talking music, and we'll ask, everybody will be like the Beatles or something like that, and that's awesome because we all get our
Yeah.
Beatles are everything
Of
to
course.
everyone, to be honest. And if they're not, one of the bands you're inspired by was inspired by the Beatles. Any chance?
Yeah.
We're always connected.
Let's be honest. Everybody's
exactly.
going through the Beatles phase at least
You gotta
once.
love them.
Yeah.
I mean, I found people that hated them,
If
and
you
I'm like, how? I mean, I could understand.
Yeah, they're sociopaths.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. No, there we go. We can talk freely about it. That's the truth.
Not psychopaths,
psycho,
sociopaths. Something.
Something's
It's a
not
different
connected.
switch. That's
All jokes, man. That's awesome. I thought about that a lot because, I just did a Revolver episode with Michael Collins over on Unlikely Places, my radio
hell yeah.
show, and we did the whole covered song by song, what we used to do on here, but moved it over to another show. And if you ever want to come up and do an album song by song of any band that your choice, you're more than welcome to as well.
dude, yeah. Both the Beach Boys and the
Yeah,
Beatles,
right.
I can talk about, and I will talk about for the rest of my life.
Perfect.
And shamelessly, because
Oh, I do too.
don't care.
There's something
my
that
favorite.
clicked with the Beatles with me when I grew up. There was just that clicking when my dad showed me them. I mean, literally, Jebb 56 stands for my first name, last name, then Beatles boy. So if people don't know my original
Okay,
Jebb,
okay.
Jebb of Jebb's Music actually is an acronym. So it's kind of cool. Nobody knows it. I don't spell it
I
out
actually,
like an acronym.
I actually never knew
Oh,
that.
you didn't? I
What?
told
That
you,
is
Tyler.
incredible.
Oh, no. I told Owen then. I haven't told a lot of people because my cousin asked me yesterday and I was laughing. He goes, "What's the Jebb for?" And I'm like, "Cause it's like a country name, A lot of people think country with the name like Jebb or something like that, and it's funny because it's not. It's actually an acronym. It has the Beatles written in there. So
Awesome.
yeah. So Riley, another question
Thanks.
for you.
Yeah.
Any advice for musicians out there just trying to make it through with the COVID crisis and trying to stay fluent?
Oh man, the best advice I'd give to anyone else, I give to myself, which is the more that you just keep doing it, whether it's literally anything music related, is a step forward. That's how I like to look at it.
I like that.
Because sometimes depending on your day, depending on how motivated you feel or how inspired you are, you may not be able to sit down and just bang out a song right away. But if you can, I don't know, maybe learn a few mixing tricks or something, or if it's something that's helping your craft, I feel like it's not time wasted.
Yeah.
So as long as you put some time to it and you don't waste that time, then all of this time that we're all spending so isolated and stuff, I feel like is worth it, and I feel like it might keep you standing taller when everything gets back
record
to
labels will be
somewhat
looking at you if
normal.
you're putting all this work in, and then they'll be looking because they're looking, because they don't have enough right now and everything. So it's all everything is in the long run's worth it, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine the waves coming soon.
Yeah, quarantine's been responsible for really jumping into the Your Friend
Yeah,
Jebb stuff.
without a doubt.
If
Without
it wasn't
that, I don't
for
know.
quarantine, I'd probably be too busy to even get to it. But I've recorded 3 songs so far, and there's going to be another one soon. So
I'm excited.
Yeah,
stay
awesome.
tuned, guys.
Yeah, no, and it's fun that we always bring it up with all our guests because we're just excited about it too, and it's just like a really cool project that wouldn't have happened without the quarantine because we have famous people that are just lined up. They don't have many things, and they're the older. Like I have a Terry Draper of Clat 2 who I never thought in my life we'd be working with. Terry Draper is a legendary rock star from Canada that almost got blamed for being the Beatles. Clat 2 was known in this conspiracy that they thought they were the Beatles. And actually,
I was wondering why I've recognized that name. I feel like I just watched a YouTube video on that 2 months ago.
There's a YouTube video that explains it perfectly, the whole controversy. And I actually talked to him about it on one of my shows on Unlikely Places. He was my first guest. And then he was like, "Well, I do music too." I was like, "Yeah, you do." And I checked out his solo stuff. And he actually submitted some of his stuff to my radio show. I didn't know it was him. I thought it was just another guy sending me some music. And then I look at the name, and the name kept calling at me like, "You need to check this up. Look this up on Google." So I looked at the guy's name, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is my favorite band that was undercover for years, and the lead singer's messaging me, the lead guy, and now he's working with us."
That's awesome.
It's insane.
Oh,
so
man.
I do say for a lot of people
It's
out
funny
there,
how that
work with your
works.
connections.
So-
use social media in a positive way instead of a negative way. Use it to network. You don't have to worry. You don't have to look at everybody what they're doing, all their stuff. Use it to network. And
No.
it's not worth it to look at all the political stuff. That stuff's scary. And just focus on the now and the your music and your craft, or even if you're a drawer or art, that's all beautiful. It's all part of one big energy anyway.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Yeah. Well, Riley, thank you for coming on. We'll cut this one at around 25 minutes, so that's perfect. I'll edit it up, chop it down, and if I need anything, I'll contact you. But we should be good, and it'll be a fun one. And glad to just nerd out with somebody. It's actually been a while since we've done the podcast because we've been kind of on a back burner.
Yeah,
So
Riley.
it's perfect to have you.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you have any questions?
Sorry.
Any questions?
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on, man.
All right, perfect.
Oh yeah, not probably. Thank you for your flexibility
no
too.
worries, man.
No worries.
We're gonna have you on again.
We're all in the same time zone.